It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see a rematch of the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now. Because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field.
"22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway in Foxborough. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from the University of Washington.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now Penix to the air right away. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
3rd and 4. And looking to throw, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 8 yards there and a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Robinson will try to pick it up. There's Robinson showing the flash. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And his throw here is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Now Penix. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Keon White got in there for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Looking to throw, Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Looking to throw, May. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing here is May. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
From the shotgun, May with it. Short pass caught by Henry. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. Still going inside the 20 and down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for New England. 46 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Henderson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football and if you're going to throw.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll go play action here with Penix. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll throw with Penix. On the move past the 40. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Penix. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To the air, Penix. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. 10 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Falcons have regained the lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now a 2nd and 10. To the air, May. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
3rd and 2. To throw, it's May. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
They'll throw with May. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To the right side, this is Henderson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Here's May. That is caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have taken the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
At London, the motion man right. A play fake. Now Penix. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
New England on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there for New England. And even 40 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Open man is born. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's made. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 10 yards out. And the Pats will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it's 21-10. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. But the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. Into the hands of London. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw, Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now Penix. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here now, 2nd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll make this an 8-point game. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The Patriots got a solid first half from their quarterback, Drake May. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Throwing here is May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they go play action with May. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, it's always easy to second-guess a call, but maybe he should have just handed it off here on 3rd and short instead of keeping it on a play-action pass attempt. Now it's 4th and long, and just gave the defense a lot of momentum to build on for the next series.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Penix. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Robinson up the middle. Shifts past him at the 45. Robert Spillane able to bring him down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 5. To the air, Penix finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons 1st down as he'll get this down to the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Checks this one down to Robinson. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Short completion, just 4 yards, and 3rd and 8 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll throw with Penix. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw with Penix. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Patriots offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Douglas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Douglas, the man in motion. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That play ended for a net loss by Jesse Bates.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's May. That's Bourne. Got it on the slant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw, it's May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. A give for Henderson running to the right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
2nd and 5. And this will be caught by Mooney. Room past the 35. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And the tight end goes in motion left. And looking to throw, Penix. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Looking to throw, Penix. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Penix. Into the hands of London. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From down at the 12. Operating from the gun, Penix. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Penix working out of the gun here. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Michael Penix, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons put together a 4th-quarter drive to take the lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Coup for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. New England trying to get a place on offense. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Looking to throw. May. He finds Douglas complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Henderson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. To the air, May. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They'll throw with May. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing here is May. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. A big play looming on third down. Back to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here comes 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down 31-28. A little under 50 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. Pass complete to Robinson. Second down, 8 yards to go. He's back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
New England's offense set to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Henderson running straight ahead. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Again, it's Henderson. And that should do it. He's got a 1st down, and the Patriots can run it out from here. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.